bubble. So you're going to plot PCA1 versus PCA2, and the size of the bubble will be the variable density. Right? So to be able to do this, you have to create a data set that contains the values of your original pollution data set on PCA1 and PCA2. Right? So that I taught you how to do back in lab 3 on page 21. If you look at page 21, at this code here, we've got proc data equals prac.pollution, and then n equals 5, meaning choose 5 different PCA axes. Out equals prim. That means you're creating a new data set called work.prim. We could have said out equals prac.prim if we wanted to make that permanent data set. But we haven't got a prefix, so it's just a temporary data set. So it's just going to create a new data set called work.prim, and it's going to contain all of the original variables, but it's going to contain 5 extra variables. And they're going to be labeled pollute 1, pollute 2, pollute 3, all the way through pollute 5. And they will be the PCA values, the PCA axis scores for your data. So in lab 4, when you get up to the bubble plots, that's what you're going to be using. Use that data set, right? Okay, secondly, with the bubble plots, or if I go to, hang on, let's see if I can run this. Some of you sometimes might get a plot that looks exactly the same, but it's flipped. Right? That sometimes happens. But what happens, let's say, is, for example, this happens with the bubble plot a great deal. Some of you might have a big bubble up here, whereas in my graphic, the bubble plot's on the other side. The big bubble is on the other side, right? But if you were to do the vectors, you would find that the vectors would also be flipped. And since your interpretation of the data is determined by the vectors, it means exactly the same thing. Right? So let's say we've got this data point here, right? And that's associated with high values of relative nitric oxide pollution, right? In the flipped database, that data point might be over here, but the arrow would also still be pointing to it. The same arrow with relative nitric oxide pollution would still be pointing to it. So the interpretation would still be exactly the same, right? You just find that it's on the other side, but the loadings are on this other side as well. So the interpretation turns out to be, it doesn't make any difference, right? A lot of blank faces, so hopefully this will become clear. Hey.